and welcome to Gaga Knits. My name's Anita and I live in South Wales in the UK, and you can find me as Anitable on Instagram and Ravelry, and show notes will be found in the description box below. I hope you've had a nice month since we spoke last. Today is Sunday the 24th of October, slightly earlier than I would usually record. I try and record on the last Tuesday of the month, but it's half term next week and Jodie and Matthew are bringing my two grandsons over this afternoon, and they are staying for a couple of days, the boys, not Jodie and Matthew, and so I won't have time to record on the Tuesday. I did intend to record on the Wednesday instead, because when they come over I try and have an extra day off work to recover and to put the house straight, but I thought I'd record today to cheer myself up a bit because I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping this afternoon to go to the Knitty Retreat marketplace in Insole Court in Cardiff, but unfortunately because of COVID they've had to put it back online this year, so I set aside a couple of hours to go there and I'm not going to be able to now. According to the news, I think 1 in 45 or 46 people in Wales has COVID, so it's probably safer to do it all online. But we're all just so fed up of it now, aren't we? So I thought I'd come on here and we could cheer each other up a bit. So I haven't got any show notes or anything today, and I've just put everything in front of me that I'm working on, and I'm just going to go through them, and anything I don't remember, if I don't remember the name of the pattern or the yarn or anything, I will put it on the screen and also in the show notes. It's just easier that way. So I do have a finished object to start off with, and these are the socks that I was knitting for Jodie. I've just put them on the sock block. I've just put them on the sock blockers because she is a size smaller than me. She's only a size 4 and I don't want to stretch them too much. Aren't they lovely? I love the yarn, it's really nice. And this is the Rose City roller socks, and the yarn is from Twinkknits and it's called, I think it's the neon colourway. It's just really nice, and I have some of the yarn left, and I always make Jodie's projects in her special bag, which is just as well because I was looking everywhere earlier on for these socks to show you, and then I thought, where are they? I was looking in all the drawers because I knew I'd finished them, and then I thought I always make Jodie's projects in this bag, so if I can find the bag I'll find the socks, which I did, so that was good. But I have this much yarn left. I haven't weighed it, and I do tend to put, when I've got little bits of yarn left, I put them in my crocheted granny stripe blanket. But I'm thinking what I might do is, if I've got 20 grams left of anything, I'm going to wind them up into balls and put them in a little container, and next Christmas maybe do one of the Advent yarn swaps where you swap 20 grams of, well, 24 20-gram skeins. So I might try and do that if I've got enough of these, because I've got a few now, and I'll put some in my blanket and also do that because I think that'll be a bit of fun. So that's my only finished object. And then, where shall I start? I've got knitting over that side and sewing over that side, and an acquisition, but I have another finished object. Well, two I have forgot about. So these two are my little elf on the shelf jumpers for Harry and Jack's elves for Christmas jumper day. I don't know if it's just in the UK that we have Christmas jumper day, and I haven't sent them off to Santa yet because I'm waiting for Harry to write his Christmas list, and I thought I could send that at the same time. Aren't they cute? And I don't know which one I should be able to see. Oh, on the second one, for some reason, when I did the neck, I realised I dropped a stitch, and I've sort of got to run. I did try and pick it up, but there's a bit of a run there. I thought, well, he can wear it that way and you'll never know. And the pattern I used for that was, was that it? Oh yeah, Elf on the Shelf Superhero Bat Jumper pattern. It hasn't got a picture here, so there's no point showing you the actual pattern. And I obviously didn't do the bat, but I just knitted the jumper, and they fit perfectly. Santa sent me an elf to try it on before I did the second one, so I did try it on him, and then he flew back to the North Pole. So they're brilliant, so they can go off to Santa now. And I used the yarn was the King Cole Glitz double knitting it was called Christmas, the colourway, shade 1698. It's really nice, it's quite soft. I have another ball of this as well. So like I say, I might knit the boys some cozy socks. I say that, I don't know, I've got so many projects on the go. People said I was organised because I planned them in July, but other projects have been filtering in, so I haven't been doing as much progress as I should have been doing. Let's see, shall I show you my Christmas projects first, and then I can show you the ones that have been taking some of my time. So in my lovely Christmas bag from Coco and Flora, I started work on Harry's Christmas mitts, and I am using the Cosy Toes 4-ply yarn by Marriner's. And if you remember, I made Jack a pair of mitts with the parrot colourway. I wasn't that impressed with it. There was a bit of a thickness in the yarn, and it all went a bit wrong. But this time it's going perfectly. I have pulled the yarn from the middle, so the yarn ball hasn't fallen apart so much, and it's sort of grey and black, but it's sort of lilac-y colour in there as well. And this shade is Koala, and I am using the pattern I've used before. It's the adorable Kids Fingerless Gloves. This is my copy, and it's really a bit creased and crumpled now. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I have almost finished the first glove. So there's 2 sizes, and you just make the larger size by using a larger size needle. I am using these DPNs, which are, I think they're the Knit Pro Zings 2.75, and just by a fluke, the ribbing was all in this sort of grey, sort of, I don't know what you'd say that is, but it's sort of a mix of colours. And then when I went on to do the actual hand, it was the solid colour, and then back to the ribbing, and it went back to that sort of mild colour, and it was not planned at all. The only thing is now I've got to find the same spot in the yarn to do the next one, and there's a lot of ribbing, and on one of my pushed in projects I'm also doing a lot of ribbing as well. But there we are. And obviously I went wrong. I always go wrong. The trouble when you have so many projects on the go and you leave them and come back, you can't quite remember where you are. I had obviously my row counter telling me where I was, but sometimes you think, oh, I'll remember that, and when you go back to it, you don't. So I accidentally did 6 rows here instead of 3, and also at the end I was supposed to have 46 stitches to cast off, and I had 42. I don't know how I did that, but hopefully it will fit. And I can put it on. At the top here, sometimes I do a stretchy bind off, but I just did a normal one, just try to do it quite loosely, so you can feel it's a little bit, not tight, but you can feel it. So I'm hoping it won't be too tight, but I think it gives a neater finish than the stretchy bind off. So that's his first one. I need to do the second one, and obviously the thumbs. So we're nearly there with that. Right, so there's that one, and is that my only Christmas one I've been doing? Yes, that's the only thing that's Christmassy I've been working on, because the next thing, I'll show them sort of in order if I've been doing them. In my beautiful bag from Davina Little Workman Crafts, I have a new cast on, which is a jumper that I'm doing to join in with Anne from Spa Knits Knit Along. I think it's called a jump along. And I'm doing the Anker sweater by Petite Knits, which is this one. It is a paid for pattern, and actually I think I did show you last time, or maybe I just showed you the yarn. I'm keeping my needles in this needle minder from Elliot Craft House Magic, because I'm a bit worried I don't want any of my stitches to slide off, and I use this for when I'm knitting in the round. So I'm doing fairly well, and I'm right on the stitch count, which is good. So it is a paid for pattern, so I'm not really sure how much I'm allowed to say, but it is, you do rows of rib. Basically you cast on the number of stitches, you have to do 10 rows rib, an increase row, 10 rows rib, an increase row, and you keep doing that. So there's a lot of rib in there, and I'm on the last 10 now. I've just started the first one of the last ones. Now Jenny was asking me about fit, because she would like to do one of these, and I think, Jenny, I haven't tried it on, but I'm thinking with the rib it's going to be quite stretchy, so it should be a good fit. These needles are not my favourite for doing this, because these are I didn't do a gauge swatch, so I'm just using the needles they recommend, which was 3.25 to start off with, and then 3.5. And I'm using the Addy Premium, and they're not really sharp enough, I think, when you had to do the increases with yarn overs and then pick the yarn overs up in the back of the stitch. They were a bit difficult to, it would have been nicer if they were a bit pointier. But anyway, that's as far as I've got. So once I've got past this last 10 rows of ribbing, it should be plain sailing then. But as it's so dark, I can only really do it in the mornings when it's light, so on the weekends and on my days off. And the yarn is Diablo yarn, just in their black colourway from Hobbii. It's really nice, and you hold it 2 strands together. And I've done all that, and I'm still on the first 2 balls, and they're 50-gram balls, so there's quite a lot left. So I think it's going to go quite a long way. So there's that project. So I'm cracking on with that, because I'm looking forward to wearing that jumper. I know it's not that exciting being black, but I think I'll get a lot of wear out of it over the winter time. So that's, I'm trying to make things that I will wear more. And then I think I showed this a while back. This is the bag I made myself, but I try and put baby knits in this one. And I was making this little cardigan for a friend's baby, which is due around about Christmas time. So that's why I was making it. You can't really see it that well, but you can see the little trees on the back. Ooh, if I can hold it up for you. It's quite pretty. And they're having a little girl, but she doesn't like pink baby things. So I've just got to find some little buttons to go on the front. Can't show it up. I can't hold it together. I should have put on a little hanger, shouldn't I? Oh, bear with me a minute. I've got some hangers here. Oh, I'm sitting in front of Jack's bed. I've been in the craft room. That side's my craft room. This side's the boys' bedroom when they come to stay. So I've just been making their beds all night. Jack, look, he's pulled an eye off. Kevin the Snowman. I thought I'd sew them on really tightly, but he can get anything off anything. He should be employed by Tonka Toys. Do you remember those? And if he doesn't destroy it, then it's safe. But anyway, I'll see if I can hold it a bit there. The button band's turning in a bit, really. Let's see. there. You can see it a bit better there maybe. It's a lovely little cardigan. It's by Ogue Designs. I'm not quite sure how it's OGE Designs. Ogue Knitwear Designs. And you can do the little trees in a different colour. But I like that. I thought that was quite subtle. And then my friend in work, who's having a baby very shortly, because most people are working from home, I haven't seen her all the way through this pregnancy. And I saw her on Wednesday. It was the last day in work. She was coming in to drop her laptop off, and I haven't made her anything. And she's on her third baby now, and I've always made things. She likes the little baby socks and blankets and things, but because she's on her third, she's kept everything because they're all quite close together. So I thought I'd make her a little winter hat, and it's another design by the Ogue Knitwear Designs, and it's the Fir Christmas Beanie, and it is a paid-for pattern, but it's only a couple of pounds and it's well worth it. It's really cute. And I've decided to do it in the grey and red. I didn't tell you the yarns, did I? So the yarn I made the little cardigan, oh, they're all knotted up, is Marriner Pure Wool Merino, and it's, I think it's DK. Yes, double knit. And that's called Mist. And this hat I'm also doing in cherry shade, which, well, to me it looks much brighter in real life. I don't know, when I edit it might look better. And you do a double moss stitch at the bottom, and then you follow the chart to start doing the trees. So I haven't got very far. And on this I went wrong. I'm supposed to cast on 96 stitches. When I did the first row of the chart, it didn't work out, and I had 106 stitches. So obviously I can't count. So I did an extra knit row in the red, decreasing 10 stitches. So I'm hoping it's going to look okay, because I haven't got long. I don't know what it is. My stitch count is always wrong. I always have to fudge things in some way, but never mind. That's what makes it handmade and homemade. So there it is, the Fir Christmas Beanie. Really, really cute. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I might do a few. I think ages you go. Oh, it goes up to 2 years. So there's a couple of babies and little ones I think might benefit from one of those hats. So that's that one. So I've done. Have I done everything over there? What's in that one? Oh, I've shown you that. Sorry, that was Harry's gloves. Right, so we'll move over to this side. You would have seen at the beginning my October cross stitch. I finished that this morning, and here it is. I don't usually show you on this, you know, during the episode, because you see it at the beginning, but I just wanted to thank Janine again for sending me all these threads, because when it came to do the October cross stitch, which is that one, you can see it there, you had to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threads, and I had in that box 6 out of the 7 threads. I never realised how pleasurable it is just to go down the numbers and select them and use the correct colours, because I've always been just sort of matching up with what I've got. I've got lots of threads because Janina sent me some before, but it was nice to have the correct colours. And I also wanted to ask, so they come on these threads, these little spool things. Now, if you're a cross stitcher, when you're going to use the thread off here, do you completely unwrap it to the length you want, because obviously you're going to double it up, and cut all the threads and then just wrap the ones you don't use back on? Or do you unwrap it to what the length you want and then just sort of take out the one and slide them back out and just cut the one thread, if you know what I mean? Which is the best way to do it? Because I tried both, equally were alright, but guaranteed if there's an easy way to do something, I won't be doing it. I'll be doing it the awkward way. So if there's a certain technique that you use to keep these neat, please let me know. Are any of you doing your Christmas makes? If so, how are you getting on? What are you making? Who are you making it for? I'm doing all right. Right, so that was the cross stitch, and I've also got another cross stitch, which is the one I keep in work usually, but I thought I'd bring it home to show you my progress. And it was the cross stitch sampler that I bought in Home Bargains, and I'm really pleased with it. Here it is so far, and I try and sew one thread every lunchtime I'm in work if I can. It's not for well, obviously it's for my grandsons. I think I will probably put it in a frame. But I was watching a podcast the other day. I think her name's Patty. I'll put her channel below, and she's a cross stitcher, and she just was making so many amazing things. And whenever I make a cross stitch, I just put it in a frame. But she was using all these different things. I know there's these fully finished objects and they put them on things, but she was making cushions out of them and all sorts of things I hadn't thought of. So she was very inspiring, and I said, it's very boring just putting them in a frame. I need to up my game a bit and make it a bit more interesting. So I can take that one back to work now. That's just going to take as long as it takes. I do, like I say, I do a thread a day when I'm in work, and I'm only in work 3 days, so it's going to take a while. And then I started work on the boys' bucket bags. Do you remember my grandsons? I got some lovely fabric from Julie, it's So Unique, and as Jack is really into Toy Story, I was going to make him a bag, or it's a bucket bag, out of the Toy Story fabric. Now, although this fabric is 2-directional, when I've cut it out, everyone's upside down, or nearly. He isn't, but these two are, which is a little bit annoying. And then on the other piece, and I only had a fat quarter of each one, so I haven't really got enough to do it again. I mean, Buzz is okay at the top, but then here they're all upside down again. Now, in hindsight, I should have checked the fabric a little bit more carefully. Now, I have a template that I use. I use the Jean Greenlove tutorial, and I'll show you now. But I did cut the ones out for Harry as well, and they were fine. And obviously the inside ones with this glittery starry fabric, they were fine, but not Jack's. Bear with me a second. Oh, this is very handy sitting on the floor. I get to be able to reach everything. So this is the template. It's a bit wonky, but that's what I use to cut out the shape. I use my rotary cutter and place that on the fabric and then cut the fabric out. But I have made this template using some Perspex, 2 Perspex report covers that I acquired from work, and some card to make them the same, so it's the same shape, the same size, but oh, actually it's not the same size, it's bigger, but there we are, it's okay. I managed that. Anyway, never mind, this will be the size I'm going to make them from now on, and this bit means I can place it over the fabric and see what how the layout's going to be on the bags. And all is not lost, because I was going to make them a bucket, just a sort of fabric bucket. Harry has said could he have a zip on his like proper project bag, and Jack says he doesn't want a bag, he wants a cushion. So in a way that's good, because I will, on his Toy Story, I can then, I'm going to cut it to that, and then I might do the, is it called the log cabin, when you do patchwork and you do the extra strips around to make it bigger size for a cushion. So I might do that, and he can have it as a cushion instead, so that was okay. And then lastly, I ordered for myself a yarny advent calendar this year. I've had 1 year I did the Chapel View Crafts 12 Days of Christmas, like progress keepers and stitch markers. You could choose a mix, so some were Christmassy and some were just normal, and they were lovely, really nice. That was my first ever advent calendar to myself. And then last year from Julie and So Unique, it wasn't an advent, it was more of a Christmas pamper set, or it was little projects you could do over the Christmas period. And actually thinking about it, I still have some of those left to do, because obviously we were all ill last year, so I didn't do many. And it came with a lovely pencil case and a mug and treats. It was really nice. But you could open it all at the same time. So this year I pushed the boat out a bit, because this is the most expensive one I've had, but it's going to be well worth it, I know. And from Jeanette from Crafty Clegg Creations, I have ordered her 12 Days of Christmas Advent Calendar. And so far I've been very good. I have opened it, obviously, to have a look. Look in there. And I think her husband has made the little tags. And I might have had just a little peek. So I know there's a project bag. And then underneath the project bag there's all these numbers. So I'm not going to open it until Christmas, until December. I was going to open it every other day, but no. Christmas Eve, 1st of December, I am going to take out that project bag, and then every day from the 1st I'm going to open one of the parcels. So I'm so excited about that. So tempted. When I first had it, the first few days I kept going past, opening the box, having a little look. It's really exciting. I love that we can have all these advent calendars now. I noticed there's a lot in the shops as well, all the perfume ones and makeup ones and all adult ones. I don't really know when that started. When I was a child, you just had a cardboard advent calendar and you'd open a little window and it was a picture. I was quite happy with that. And then when my children were young, it was chocolates behind them. I didn't quite like that so much because you couldn't see the little picture very well because it was the moulded plastic thing. But now, amazing ones, so that's good. So that's kind of what made me think, actually I'll start saving some of my 20 grams of scrap yarns and do an advent swap or something next year. So that's everything I've been working on. I was kind of hoping to put on the end of this video some pictures from Insole Court, but like I say, unfortunately it's online again this year, so I'm going to have to wait now. I'm hoping that Wonderwool will be running next year. That's usually March or April time, so we can go to that, because I know we can buy yarn online, but I like to actually see it. Just nice. And those sort of events are lovely. I mean, I've been to Insole Court once before, a couple of years ago, and I want to go every year, but COVID hit then, so they couldn't do it. And it was just so nice meeting other people who all like the same things as you and having a chat, and yeah, it's a lovely community, so all very enjoyable. Have you been watching any Vlogmases? No, not Vlogmas, Vlogtobers this year. I've been watching a few. What's the name of the one lady? Suzanne from... Oh, she's a newish one to me. I haven't got my tablet or anything with me. I'll have to put her YouTube channel underneath. And I've been watching Julie from So Unique, Paula from Made by Mrs. D, and Dawn from Dawn's Days has been doing, not every day, but these sort of calming videos, so they're quite nice to watch. Very artistic, Dawn, I thought. Oh, and Jeanette from Crafty Clegg Creations, I think she's doing weekly ones. And they're the main ones I've been watching, so it's quite nice. Every morning I have a little look to see if someone's loaded something up from the night before, or sometimes I watch them in the evening when I go to bed. But I like to see everyone's crafty makes and things, but I also like to see a little bit about their home and what they have over tea. Yeah, just we get to know people a little bit better. So all good fun. And if you are watching any Vlogtobers and you enjoy it, well, obviously you must be enjoying them. Could you let me know what they are? And I know it's at the end of October now, but I'll go back and have a little look, because it's always nice to find some new ones. So that's me done. I will probably try and edit this and upload it today rather than keep it till Tuesday. I haven't got anything Halloweeny themed because I'm waiting for the boys to come and we'll do those sort of things with them, which I could wait then and put some pictures at the end of them, because we've got a pumpkin they're going to carve with Martin, and we went shopping in Morrison's yesterday and we bought a gingerbread Halloween house, so we're going to make that with them. And I've got a few little decorations up in the attic that Martin said he'll bring down when Harry's here to help him, so maybe I'll save it till Tuesday and then I shall put a few of those things on the end for you to see. So happy Halloween if you celebrate, and hope you stay in safe with the curtains drawn if you don't. And until next month, take care, happy crafting, and see you soon.